Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Media Buff Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything media related. I'm your host, Ed, and with me are my fellow co-hosts, Jen, Miss Lane, Mr. Matt, and our titular lost boy, Mr. Elmar. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? You staying healthy out there? Did you have happy holidays? Happy New Year.
Yep, like you said, we are back from our winter break. We took a month off just because we kind of felt we needed it. Had to recharge our batteries and just take, yeah, like I said, take a break. For this episode, our little comeback episode, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of talk about what we did during that time and kind of how 2025 is shaping up to be, and basically what we want for the show this year. And we'll also do a quick show review, but more on that in a little bit. So, with that being said, your guys' 2025 so far? He's
Um,
he
Started
said
with a bang.
sarcastically,
um,
How do we answer that?
right?
Everything's on fire.
I'm still alive somehow.
How's that
But
different from 2024
I
when
know.
Australia was on fire?
Just
yeah, Ed, that's
speak.
probably
more
because you said
fire.
Australia on fire from the spiders.
Yes.
I did. I actually did. If you
Yes.
guys know me or have listened to any of the episodes, you know I'm definitely afraid of spiders. Not because
Yes.
of how they look or how they are, it's just what they're capable of.
You know what's the
Um,
best part is that Ed gets blamed for setting something on fire, and me, I
he's the
don't.
one holding the gas can.
Yeah, it's because Matt, you're white, Ed's Mexican. That's why.
Speaking of Mexicans, they're the ones putting out the fire right now.
Yep.
And prisoners.
Sure, let's deport them all, but before we do that, let's have them put the fire out.
They're fucking right there making carne asadas and shit.
I
And
know.
they probably are, dude. They probably got a little pit right there.
Mhm.
This
That's
is
how
a
they control the
controlled
fires.
fire. But yeah, how was everybody's holiday break?
I worked.
Yeah, the same here.
It was a
Same.
shit
Yeah.
show. It was a shit
Adult
show.
life is boring, people.
Mhm.
It is.
No, like I said, I worked the holidays, but the week leading up to Christmas was a shit show at the airport because we had a shit ton of fog, and it canceled all those
Delayed.
flights at night.
Oof.
And the following morning, the bag room where I'm stationed at right now, the floor was littered with the bags from those canceled flights, and it was just traffic and canceled flights.
Chaos. Anarchy.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Purge. Time to purge.
Um, I did the same. Just work.
Work, 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 work.
okay, Rihanna.
That was it.
Yeah. What about you, Lane?
I sold a bunch of video games to people last minute.
Yay. Let's
Last
finish
minute
Christmas
Christmas
shopping.
gifts.
Wait, did
Yeah,
you work on
sure
Christmas Eve?
did. Yeah, but
Ooh.
only like for a few hours. But it wasn't really busy Christmas Eve. It was like all the days leading up to it.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Like in the week, um, just randomly on a fucking like Wednesday, the Wednesday before Christmas, it was like everybody showed up. I was like, dang, you guys really do wait last minute.
They coordinated.
It was
Everybody
like Black
wanted
Friday,
Wii.
but worse.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted Wii's and PS2s and any handheld. And of course everybody wants fucking Pokemon. But you know what games everyone was fucking asking for? Sonic. Like,
Because of the
oh,
movie.
I love, yeah. It's like
Mhm.
anytime like a movie comes out or they announce like a remake, like the demand for those games just like
Mhm.
skyrockets.
Yeah, when
And then
The Mario movie came out, Mario Odyssey sales spiked for a little bit, as did the Mario and Luigi adventure games.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mortal
Showed
Kombat did the same thing for Mortal Kombat 11 and X. Yeah.
Lane, you should have
Yeah.
sold them. What was it? Sonic 2006 or 2016? The terrible one.
The
2006.
Frontiers.
Oh, Frontiers?
That's
I
the
mean,
only one that
I
people
heard some mixed reviews about it.
I
I was gonna get it, but then when I saw that it was like literally just an open world for you to run around in, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can always tell how good a game's doing by like how quickly it gets traded in, and then
That's
like
true, yeah.
how
How
quickly it
fast it goes on
drops.
sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen
Yeah.
and I just like spent the whole holidays just running back and forth there, left and right,
Yeah, I don't know how
visiting
the day
family
would get
members.
busy and busy, busy.
And then she was mostly in the kitchen most of the time.
Yes.
I
Poor
do
Jen.
have one exciting bit of news that I did for Christmas,
Ah.
and that was I went and I saw Lord of the Rings: War of Rohan.
Oh yeah, how was
Oh
it?
yeah.
It was fucking epic.
Nice. I heard bad reviews, which is like
Yeah, well, those people are fucking on culture losers.
no,
Went to
I'm thinking it was
Yeah,
some
Hannibal,
people
streaming
man,
who
tell me
real
how you really
quick.
feel.
And
I'm thinking that it was probably people who either never read the books or just don't know the deep lore of Lord of the Rings.
yeah, it's probably a lot of that. I even got the
Mhm.
hammer.
Oh, you did get it? The popcorn?
Yes. Yes.
Can we just talk about how 2024 was like the year of popcorn, different popcorn buckets?
I
It
still
all
want
Yeah,
that
that's
started with
wild.
bucket.
freaking the Dune bucket that started the whole thing, and then you had the alien one that made
The
things
very
worse.
provocative Dune
Yes, and
bucket.
then it just spun off from there. There was a Bat Signal one.
I want that one.
I wanted to. I actually had gone to go get it the day it was announced, sold out.
Yep.
Hammer.
Oh, damn, he does have it. That's cool, dude.
Nice.
That's cool. That's
And you
cool.
have my hammer. But yeah, crazy holidays. Uh, hopefully
Anything.
this year will be a little more tame. Honestly, I would prefer it if we just skip it. Just get
Can
to
we
the
just
food.
can we just skip the next 4 years, please?
Hang on,
Yeah.
25,
Fast
56,
forward.
79, 20. I want to get to 2050. Like that would be a good point for me. I feel like that would be a good time to get back into it. Although
2050?
now that we're in 2025, the song in the year 2525 is almost relevant. It's just 500 years away. But
Almost relevant, he saes.
I'm
yeah,
gonna go live in a hypochondria chamber.
yeah.
The
But
hyperbubonic time lane. Lion
hyper
tamer.
line chamber. Hyperbonic, right?
You did that on purpose.
Probably.
But yeah, that's pretty much that for that year, folks. This year we like I mean I can't speak for you guys, but I really want to buckle down and make this show more than it was last year. I mean, we didn't do as good as we wanted it, but we still stuck to it, which is great. I want to give you all a pat on the back for that as well, because even though life is just constantly in the way, we
Life
stuck to it. We
always
didn't
finds a
just
way.
like quit halfway through like we do all of our endeavors. Matt kept us moving forward by being incredibly
Annoying. Yeah,
annoying.
go ahead. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say
Persistent.
it.
I was gonna say persuasive, but if we wouldn't go that way, go
I'm tenacious.
tenacious.
You're
Thank you.
annoying.
That's actually good, man. That's good. And yeah, I really want our this podcast to get further than that this year. What's like something you guys want for the podcast this year? Besides, like making it our full-time job.
I mean, that's like the ultimate goal.
That's the
So
ultimate goal, yeah.
people start supporting us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, give more content
Yeah.
to people. Be a lot more creative. Like, come up with like a lot more creative episodes. Like when we did like converting books to video games, or Omar's idea of like what would we do with like what games would we do, or any media, and turn it into like a Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah.
Like have like really creative and fun episodes like that.
Sure.
But maybe refine it better, and and deliver more news and things like that, like
Yeah,
what's
that's for sure.
happening in the media world, because
Mhm.
and also probably be a lot more active on Instagram and shit like that.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
Um,
What about you, Omar? Like
I still think that
you were in the show like 10% of the time, but you're still part of it.
that's because I have work and it's hard for me
Yeah.
to cover.
Yeah, we didn't hold that against you. We know that your job is insanely demanding.
Yeah.
You're an
Physically.
essential worker.
Yeah, I am actually. Thank you.
No, I know you are.
I had to work through the
Because
pandemic.
Yeah.
he's essential because he's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Race.
Is it racist if it's true?
I know, right?
It's only racist if you
Listen.
say it in hate. It's stereotypical if you
That's
say it
true,
in
yeah.
jest.
And stereotypes are meant to
That
be
is.
made in fun of.
All right,
No,
let's
but
get back to what Omar was wanted to say.
no.
Yes.
One thing that I
Back
do
on
want to
the track.
do is something that we talked about before, Ed, is like discuss my books.
Yeah, we need to do an interview sit down so we can go over the books and what the series in has
Or we
in
could
store.
also do a review of his books.
Well, we
It
can
would,
do
yeah,
that.
but it would be more biased on your guys' parts considering.
No, the
Yeah.
first one sucked balls. The second one was all right. The third one, I still need to finish. I
Yeah.
read the original draft. I really liked it. I'm just messing with you.
No, but
Truthfully,
yeah,
that's
that's definitely one thing, especially because can I just point out we kind of didn't really talk about books the entire time, even though that's one topic we wanted. And that's the one thing I kind of also want to touch on. Like, maybe we could touch more on literature this time around.
Well, maybe if you
All
guys
right.
read.
I
Yeah.
have like an idea.
What's up, Lee?
What if
We all read a
everyone?
book.
No. Well, yeah. You.
Well, yeah.
It's like-
Yeah, and you got read
No.
for pleasure and not for information.
All right. I'll
No,
give it a
no,
try. I'll try to use my imagination.
Oh my god.
No, like, what if we all take like a media genre or topic
Mhm.
and then do like our own little segment on like kind of like a little summary of like
Okay.
what came out, what people are
Yeah.
talking about like for the month, each month, like
Yeah, that's
so
not a
it's
bad
not
idea.
at
how
like
Matt
the
does with
end
his
of
Matt music thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
so
Matt's
Matt would be
we
like
have Matt's music
music.
segment. Yeah.
Yeah, so Matt would be like music. Omar, you would be like books and comics, because you
Mhm.
were a reader. I would be TV. Would be great for movies. Ed, you'd be good with games, or I can be good with games. Well, we can all like get something that
Alternate?
was
Mhm.
like you can do movies and TV, Jen, if you want, or we can. I don't know. We can find something for everyone that
Yeah,
would be
absolutely.
some kind of media topic that
Mhm.
each of us like to cover,
Yeah,
and
that's
then that
definitely
way
smart.
once a month we could be like, okay, here's all this stuff for this that has happened this month, and then maybe we can do one segment on like that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea, and it kind of touches on one thing that I kind of wanted to started doing. Now that YouTube lets you do 3 minute shorts, I actually was thinking of doing a segment called 3 minute media news, and basically,
Yeah.
we could take those 3 minutes and just briefly talk about um something on a specific media for that week or for that month, like you said, Lane. Because I
Yeah.
figure shorts are definitely going to be our best friends. I definitely do plan on making a bunch of shorts this year
Yeah.
because as
Make my large.
during the time we took off, took that time to kind of learn the algorithm on YouTube, and my YouTube channel, Engineer Productions, like kind of blew up a little bit. And I'm gonna definitely take what I learned from that and adapt it to the Media Buff podcast, and hopefully that'll help that channel grow. Because as of right now, we are sitting at 6 subscriber folks. So if you know anybody and you like our show,
Time out.
spread the goodwill
Quick
and
question.
subscribe.
We have 8 subscribers or 6 subscribers.
Yes, sir.
Is this on Spotify or
No, this
overall?
is on the YouTube channel that I made for the podcast. On
Okay.
Spotify, I think we have like 16 at the moment.
Oh fuck.
You know what's the You know what's the worst part though? You know what's the worst part? We're getting dozens upon dozens of listeners. They're just not following the podcast on Spotify, which is kind of nerve-wracking. Like if you
Wow.
like the content, follow and subscribe, folks.
Yeah,
What
okay.
about you, Jen? What's something you got that you kind of want to do on the show?
Well, that I want to do in the show? Well, for one, if we got like people throwing topics at us, like from an audience, we have
No, yeah, for sure. I
try and see
mean,
if we can get more input from them so we can do a segment
well,
at somebody's request.
that's why our IG is open, it's public. So if anyone ever has an idea or a topic you want to hear us talk about, you just hit us up on Instagram. We're on there all the time. We get notified of everything that happens. So if you message us on that, I guarantee you one of us will answer. It'll probably be Matt. So
Fuck
if it
yeah.
is him, don't take any offense to whatever he has to say. It's like
Well,
if he calls your idea stupid, or if
I
he says
I'm
that
not.
you're
First
a
of all, stop making me out to be like a complete asshole and
you are a
villain.
complete asshole though.
Only if you come at me with the smoke.
Come
I
at
will
me,
give
bro.
the smoke with I will come back at you with the smoke. But like if you hit us up, you're like, oh, we want
No,
to
yeah.
hear
If
you
if
guys do
you
this.
if you generally
I
reach out and make a conversation with us, I guarantee you we will make a conversation back with you. We definitely like talking to our listeners. We do try to keep things above board and civil, but like Matt says, if you come at us with the smoke, you're gonna get smoked with more smoke, and then I'm gonna blow smoke of that smoke and then smoke in your face or
Okay.
something like that.
like
So
a
What, are we
chimney.
hotboxing them or what?
What, Matt? What, Omar?
Are we hotboxing them or what? That's
Yeah,
all it
for
sounds like.
sure. What were you gonna say, Jen?
Huh?
What were you
Well,
gonna say?
here's a little constructive criticism on, so we can get better at this. Please make sure
Yeah,
you have
constructive
facts.
criticism.
Verify your facts before
Yes.
you speak, please.
Yeah, please
Because
be
we've been
courteous.
off
Yeah.
on so many things. Like, I know we're not gonna get everything perfectly, but at least be as accurate as we can be.
Oh yeah, and when it's that like that, when it's been like that, we definitely are
Yeah, and
accepting of that.
like when you said Steve Perry was dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
and yet the people who were onto that didn't correct me on it.
We should be correcting each other.
Yeah, we
It's
should be
it's
correcting each other, especially when somebody says something obviously
there's a
wrong.
lot of
And
things
for
going
the
on.
record, in my timeline, he's dead. He's dead in my timeline.
It doesn't exist to me.
Yeah, it got destroyed when they turned on the Hydra Collider, right? My timeline is gone. I'm stuck in here with you guys now. This is what you fail to realize. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. Or
Okay,
something along the line.
bro.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely folks, like please, if you ever have any comments, concerns, just topics you want to discuss with us, you can comment on our episodes. You can leave a comment on Spotify, and you can hit us up on Instagram at the Media Buff Pod. We will answer every time, whether it's me, Matt, Omar, or Lane, or Jen. We all have access to that account, so you can, share whatever you like. Um, you know, just please keep it civil. And if you want to match wits, I guarantee you, you're gonna get whipped.
Was Lane straight up drinking moonshine in the middle of the fucking
Hell
twos?
yeah, she's got a little kiln turning back there.
She fucking drinking
There's
that fucking
there's
jar.
steam coming out of there.
Yeah, I made him a bathtub.
She's got that
Yeah,
flame
right.
nice right there.
So you know it's all natural and authentic.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Red Bull gives you wings, but moonshine gives you 4-wheel drive.
hell yeah, makes you spit like a
Shit,
man.
if that makes her rich, then so be it.
No, it's just water.
Yeah,
Lane's
sure.
Lane's
It's
kind of our
$5.
beverage connoisseur because she's the one that turned me and Jen onto this one drink that's like kombucha but alcoholic. Like it's
Right.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
Juneshine.
Yeah,
Juneshines
it's
are
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
I actually had gotten like two or three that night after that, and I had one like once every other day. They were pretty good. The kids were like, "Can I have some of your soda?" It's not soda.
It's a daddy drink.
They would
It
like
is
be
a
like
daddy drink.
so
Yeah.
they'd be so grossed out. This is the difference between these now. If when I said that to an adult, they were like, "Yeah, here you go," and they let me drink that shitty Budweiser. That's probably why I don't drink beer now.
Yeah, my uncle gave me my first drink, which is Tecate. That
Oh,
thing
come
was
on.
gross.
Yeah, I
And
knew it
So
was
that's
gonna be
God.
nasty.
It's kind of one of the reasons I don't drink beer. Like I'll drink beer, but like I prefer like the IPAs, the smooth IPAs, not the dark stuff.
Years.
But I'm more of a cocktail guy.
Yes.
But if you give me a michelada, I will drink it. That's like my Mexican side will always grab for that. Especially now that they have these like different flavored ones. Jen's Jen's uncle got me onto that, and now anytime I see them, I'm like, oh man, I should grab me a sample pack because I really
Yeah.
want it.
because
Hey,
it tastes like the Mexican candies.
Yeah, basically, yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
Omar?
So you want to know how fucking Mexican my uncle is?
Yo,
Mhm.
At every family gathering, he brings with him a fucking kit to make micheladas
that's
for
what's
everybody
up.
for the adults who want one.
Hell
I
yeah,
should
dude.
nah. He just rolls up with his DJ setup, and then he's got his kit
Nice.
for micheladas. I'm like, Theo, what the hell? Like, what? You want one? Give me one.
No, for real, yeah.
Sounds like a Mexican Boy Scout.
He's
Always
also the
prepared.
Yep.
Damn right, yeah.
He's also the uncle who owns the
The
screen
butcher
printing
shop?
shop in National City.
Nice. Nice. Cool.
So maybe we can make some shirts. See how much it would charge.
Hell yeah.
Products,
Yeah.
merchandise.
Yeah, but that's kind of like where we have no, we're like, if we come up with more ideas, we'll definitely try them out as the year progresses. Whatever works, we'll stick to that. One thing Lane definitely mentioned, and it's clear our what we should aim for is definitely bring you topics that are interesting for you guys. We gotta appeal to the masses because we want them to be intrigued by our content, and that's one way to do it. So we'll definitely try to be more current with our reviews or just topics that we talk about. One thing I kind of want to do too, if we do a review, let's try to do it within the month of the release of or whatever it is.
Mhm.
If you guys can watch the show or watch the movie or read the whatever it is, great. If not, you can still be in the episode, sit in. And then the great thing, I actually listened to some podcasts as well. And one thing I saw that whenever some content creators were talking about something that the other person wasn't aware of, they would just clue them in and they would talk about it to them. It was like basically, okay, this is what it is. This is what it's about. This is what I liked about it, and the other person was able to participate by asking questions, and because they were intrigued by it, it sparked their interest and
Yeah.
it made them obviously check out whatever it is they were talking
Yeah.
about. And that's actually what we're gonna do in this episode, which is actually a pretty good uh
But
what do you call it? Transition right there.
Your
well,
mom.
Yeah.
I just did that on
I'm
the
gonna
fly. This
I'm
is
gonna
how
kind
good
of
we are,
ruin.
folks.
I'm gonna
Everything
kind
on
of
the
ruin
fly,
it.
nothing scripted.
I'm
We are raw
gonna
dogging
ruin.
it.
I'm gonna ruin your transaction, your segue. And
Your
I was gonna say,
transaction,
yeah,
transition,
whatever.
transaction.
You said transaction.
Your transmission.
You said trans. That's it. We're canceled.
Omar, his Trans Am. His Trans Am.
What I was
I'll write
gonna
that
say
number.
too is, but
Not the
maybe we
car.
should talk about older stuff too, instead
Oh
of
no,
always
for
talking
sure. Yeah, like we can
like
dedicate that as well, but at the same time, I want to stay as relevant as we can.
yeah,
We
but
obviously are gonna talk about older
Hey,
stuff because that's what we like to do. And
I
like let's face it, older stuff is a lot better.
just came up with the name for that.
Yo,
Retro
retro
reviews.
retrospective.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. But all right. So moving on, folks. So for our first official episode, besides what we did just now, we want to go also talk about this recent DC animated series that came out on HBO Max called Creature Commandos. It just wrapped up the first season. It was like 7 episodes long. Basically what it is a take on Suicide Squad, but with monsters.
that's exactly what it
It
is.
literally is.
Don't
Yes.
don't
It's Suicide Squad, but with
don't say
monsters.
Task
it.
Force M.
Don't say it's a take on it. It is Suicide Squad,
It's
but
Task
with
Force.
But with
monsters.
monsters.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
honestly, that show was freaking awesome. James Gunn hit it out of the park once again. On top of it, having a very good story throughout the entire 7 episodes. It had a very good cast. You had freaking Alan Tudyk from, like Firefly. You had Sean Gunn's brother in it. You had David Harbour for Stranger Things voicing Frankenstein's monster, which was freaking hilarious. And of course, you had freaking Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, who for me, she's always gonna be Amanda Waller now. Like, besides the one
Yeah.
who voiced her in the DC Justice League series,
CCH Pounder.
like yeah, but like Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was the best casting they could. That's the only redeeming quality of Suicide Squad. Her as Amanda Waller, she was so good at that, man. And then just hearing her voice and then just being her, dude, being such a badass as she is. I'm getting off topic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
great
Like,
cast.
such a good cast.
The story alone itself is definitely worth watching. Lane, why don't you kind of do like a quick breakdown on what this first season entails? Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much an introduction to all of these characters that we're going to be following, and to kind of everybody to these comics that DC did are like kind of pretty much brushed to the side because it's not Batman, it's not Superman, it's not Wonder Man. These are based off of actual comics, like these all in them. Um, and their backstories are just really like
Tragic.
some of them are just yeah, like gosh,
Horrible.
have been through a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
and now they're just being used as weapons for the
Yeah.
government.
Yeah.
And it picks up right after
The
the
events of
last
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Which
And
is
they even
crazy.
refer back to that movie
Hmm.
in the
With
first
Richard Flagg.
episode.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who um
Senior,
who
by the way.
like senior is in he's everyone Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo.
He's in it. Yeah, he voices Rick Flag Senior,
Yeah.
which is great. The that they pick forward are awesome. So actually
Yeah, from The Purge.
they yeah, so Commandos are sent to guard this
Princess.
princess in this country called what is it called?
Pavloviscan or something like that.
Yeah, it's like this
Made up
made up
Russia.
country. Yeah, it's
Basically,
supposed to
yeah.
be yeah. And so they're tasked with like keeping her safe and being a protector from a evil source from
Cersei.
the mascara,
Yeah.
Cersei. And I also like in this series that like a lot of pretty much redoing the whole DC universe. So right now, like Wonder Woman is not introduced. She
No.
doesn't exist yet. Aquaman doesn't exist yet. Um, I know that Batman is established
Yeah.
already. We don't know what he looks like. We don't know anything about that. And then of course, like the Superman trailer dropped.
Hmm.
So Superman is being introduced in a more accurate, comic accurate.
Yeah,
Listen,
Silver.
we
I think
all
you would
love
call him
Cavill,
Silver
baby.
Age.
We love him. He's gorgeous. We love it.
Hmm.
But he just didn't really feel like a Superman to me. He just kind
You
of
take
felt
that
like
back.
but I mean, he kind of didn't like in terms of like what we needed to have a Superman. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
he was a great Superman, but he just like he couldn't hit it as Clark Kent. Like his
no,
Clark
I'm
Kent
not
was.
saying he's bad. I'm just
Yeah.
his version of Superman just
Hmm.
it didn't vibe well because they were just going for this really dark, gritty kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, I
But
remember.
Superman is supposed to be like
Hope and
and
light and
savior
joy.
and hope and like inspiration for like children, like a hero. Like so to see him in like a
Like a,
it was weird. It felt weird to me.
it's kind
But
of
I'm
too
not a
gothic-y.
Superman fan.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah. Um Anyways, I got off topic. So I just like that this kind of is a series that set what the new DC universe is going to be under James Gunn, and it's so fucking promising. And
Yeah.
each episode focuses on each of the creature commandos. So there is 5 of them altogether. So you have the Bride of Frankenstein, Indira Varma, then you have and GI Robot
Yeah.
both get an episode, and they're voiced by Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
Um, Frankenstein even gets his own episode.
Yeah.
David Harbour voices him.
Yeah.
And Phosphorus gets his own episode.
Yeah.
Let's
Voiced by
see.
Alan Tudyk, by the way.
Yeah, and then Mina, the fish girl, which is
Hmm.
like she's so sweet. She gets
Yeah,
her
Zoe
own
Chow.
too. Yeah. And they just do a really good job. And like I said, like I think the GI Robot backstory episode is my favorite out of all of them.
Mine's
Because
definitely
like
Phosphorus, man. Like that was
that
brutal.
real backstory too. Like it's
Hmm.
kind of after that, it's kind of a toss up between Weasel and Phosphorus at that point.
Dude, Weasels
Like
was, oh my God, like
Weasels,
heart-wrenching. Yeah.
yeah. But I think the episode was just really good. This was told good. It just makes me really excited, and the fact that James Gunn is in charge, and he is
Mhm.
someone that is a reader of the comics. Like, he's gonna
Yeah.
follow the comics, and that's like all I've been asking for the fucking DC universe this whole fucking time. Follow some fucking instead of just taking care of the comics and then writing your own dumbass story. Suck. Anyway, but yeah, but I just thought it was great, and I just want you guys to watch it because
Yeah.
like we all like DC, and I think
Oh yeah.
like I felt like this was like a great introduction to the new universe that it's gonna be happening. And it
Yeah,
gives
but
me a
it's
lot of
not well
freaking hope.
known, so
So
definitely fresh.
yeah, yeah, super fresh. And it's just that episode out of all seven of them, and it's only seven episodes, and they're only like
20 minutes, yeah.
23. Yeah, they're super short. You get through it like so fast. Like it won't take you that long.
Yeah.
So you can watch it twice easily
hmm
in like a day.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
yeah.
like that they were releasing one episode at a time because it was like, gotta wait a week.
Yeah, I hate that too. And
I
then just
hate
to
that,
give
yeah.
me like a short ass like whatever, but season, but it's fine. Each
Yeah.
episode was really good, so I'm giving it a
Yeah,
slide.
Jen got up to the Weasel episode, like when she saw, because in his backstory, spoiler by the way, folks.
No
His back,
spoilers.
you don't want to do spoilers?
No.
We're gonna keep it spoiler free.
Well, if you saw the Suicide Squad movie,
hmm
they explain that the reason Weasel is there is because apparently he killed like 27 children, right?
Yeah,
Right?
but the
Well,
reality is much more
it's
depressing than that.
It
But
is.
yeah, you figure out the backstory of like that and figure out what it
yeah,
is. So I don't
but
know. I think it's great.
regardless, each character, even though they come off as a monster, their backstory tells otherwise. Like,
Mhm.
you know how Disney was trying to like humanize villains.
Yeah.
This is basically doing that with monsters. They're
Mhm.
always, especially Frankenstein's monsters. Who's Eric? His name is Eric. He's always
Mhm.
coming off as this creature of destruction, but in reality, he's yet another tortured soul. And even their mannerisms as the show progresses, and you see how they act. When you see who they were and how they acted beforehand, you're like, okay, they're hiding some pain.
Yeah. Another thing I like about the two is all the music choices were
Dude, the
so
music was so good in this
good.
show.
I love the
Very
music.
very drop kick Murphys. Like the whole thing was
Gorgor
very reminiscent.
Bordello,
hmm
a lot of Gorgor Bordello. They did Dresden Dolls. It
hmm
was just a lot of
Yes.
stuff
Dresden Dolls,
that is not the stuff you're hearing all the time. I
very
was like, man, I
Russian-esque
have
music.
not heard
hmm
Dresden Dolls since high school. And
hmm
when that song started, I lost my fucking shit.
I was
I
like
lost it.
waiting.
I
I was like
lost it.
waiting to hear shipping off to Boston at one point, or freaking what's that one Irish song we listen to all the time, Omar or Matt? That one Irish song we always listen to.
Seven Deadly Sins by Flock and Molly.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
besides me and Lane, Jen, you only saw up to the third episode. What did you think about it so far?
I think it's good. I think I like the exposition so far of each monster that I've seen so
Mhm.
far. The music's good. The length of it is also good because it's not as you don't have to. It's like I said, they don't have to feel like a whole hour just to in 20 minutes, 10 minutes you can say a lot, and
Yeah,
it's
and they
good.
do that good
Yes,
job about that.
And they
Yeah.
yeah,
they
and
do.
I feel like this works because when it's animated, you can do a lot more than live action.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
can. Yeah,
so. Like I just like seeing stuff that you can't really see. in action. It
Mm-hmm.
explains more,
for
Yeah,
sure.
and it's
yeah.
more action packed.
Oh yeah, that for sure. They did add a lot of good action. Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in that show. Matt, you were you able to watch the whole thing?
Yeah,
What did you think about it?
I thought it was okay, and here's
Mm.
why.
You think everything's only okay.
Well, it kind of takes a lot to impress me.
Unless it's Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
Or Castlevania.
Or
or
the
Uh,
Castlevania
Doors.
or The Doors.
But okay, as like James Gunn is introducing this new universe, and he said that fucking what did he say, that everything is canon, like his Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, but everything before that is no longer canon. So that's
Yeah,
like
erase it.
yeah,
Start it over.
he's restarting everything, and I do like what he's done so far. Like I really enjoyed his Suicide Squad. I really like his Peacemaker. Like the Peacemaker show was really good, but and like Creature Commandos wasn't bad, but I want James Gunn to use different jokes because he's kind of running on the same theme with the same type of joke setup and
Mm-hmm.
comedy. So I want to see something a little different there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And like another thing I do like about the show is that like if you know anything about Frankenstein and the Bride, like they got that shit right because a lot of people like they'll
Mm-hmm.
show the picture of like Frankenstein and his bride from the original movie and stuff, and like they'll put a heart around it. But the actual fact is, she does reject him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She's
and like
terrified by him.
he is
Mm-hmm.
terrified by him, and that's what like that's how they showed it in the show, and that's not a spoiler because well, if that story's old ass shit, so go read a book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, they
uh,
definitely did a great job portraying their story.
and like Frank, you know, he's
Well,
obsessed
his
with her,
name is
and
Eric. He's Frankenstein's monster. That's what a
yeah,
lot of people get wrong. They call him
yeah,
Frankenstein, but he's Victor Frankenstein
Frankenstein
made him.
monster.
His name
But
is Eric in this one.
he's obsessed with her, and he's constantly chasing her through centuries.
But how
Like
funny was it, Martha? Like I like that
Yeah,
little
that was
segment of watching.
so funny.
that shit was funny. All right,
Yeah.
but I do like what where James Gunn is going. The show was good, but like I feel like the comedy is a little lacking just because it's something we've seen so much before, and that's what kind of took like that's what kind of like that's why I say it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I expect better from James Gunn because it's like all the same type of setup and stuff like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy and all the shit he did in Marvel. So
Yeah.
I just expect more from the guy. That's all. But like the cast was good. Uh, I really do like GI Robot and how he always wants to kill Nazis.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's not a Nazi here. Well, that's something a Nazi would say.
I love him. He's my
GI
fucking
Robot was
favorite.
awesome.
That sounds like
Oh
freaking
man.
a bridge version of Android 18 or Android.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is not Son Goku.
So with that being said, Lane, do you know if and when season 2 is coming out?
Next year.
I didn't, it's probably gonna be next year because
That's too bad.
I mean we're gonna get Superman
Yeah.
and I feel like possibly even like a Peacemaker season 2.
Mm-hmm. We're also getting X-Men season 2, 97. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
definitely a good
Peacemaker
time
is
for
like
comic book series.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
It's
don't know.
good.
I just
Sorcerer.
I honestly don't mind like the way
Waiting.
James Gunn like does his stuff. I feel like that's just kind of like how directors are. They kind of find like their thing
Their
and then they
niche.
Yes.
Hmm.
Michael
do
Bay
it.
explosion.
Yeah, they
It's
stick
just
to it.
what most directors do.
Yeah,
They
like
just
James
kind of
Cameron in Water.
and that's not
Oh yeah.
always a bad
Yeah.
thing. Like I don't think that's a bad thing and I don't think that it's gonna the way that James Gunn does everything is gonna negatively affect the DC universe because he is
Hmm.
going to bring in other people to work. He's not going to do everything on his own by himself, obviously.
Hmm.
True.
He is going to bring in other people. He is going to bring in other points of view and other like voices. So it's I don't think it's always going to be just like the same thing. But
Mhm.
the way he does it is, like I respect him. Like the guy loves animals and he likes to put those and it's something that we all can relate to.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
so I appreciate that. I appreciate that he's putting crypto in Superman and I feel like that was the magic fucking touch that needed to happen to get Superman to just hit home for like so many people
Be more
because
relatable.
yeah, so many
Give
people
him a
have
dog.
dogs. No, but Crypto is not like a new character that he just
No, yeah, he's an
invented.
established
True.
He's been
character. Yeah.
around, and then he got just fucking ignored and written out and ignored for a long ass time. So there was like
Smallville tried to bring him back, and that it
Mhm.
didn't work.
Crypto the
No,
Super
go ahead.
Dog was a good fucking cartoon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay?
it was. It was good.
Okay, you leave
He
him
was funny.
alone.
He was
He's
funny.
the best boy.
He
Okay,
is
and
the
I'm
best boy.
glad
The
he's in
bestest
this
boy.
fucking
Ace
movie.
is a better boy.
You
Hey.
guys never obviously have never seen Road Rovers.
Oh my God. No, but Lane, did you watch Super Dogs?
The live like was that
No, it was an
live
animated
action?
one. It was CGI.
It was
It
The
basically
Rock playing Crypto, and then fucking
Hart playing Batman's
no.
dog.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin
played-
Hart, yeah.
No,
I'm
But
no.
not.
that was actually
I'm
pretty good.
I'm
It
not a fan
wasn't
of
it
Kevin
wasn't
Hart.
like the best, but it was pretty good.
I'm not-
But yeah, definitely check out the show, folks. It's on Max. Like Lane said, 7 episodes long, about 25 minutes apiece. So you're looking about an hour and a half, no, 2 hours and a half. But come on, you can do that in one day if you just like turn off the lights and close the shades and just put take the phone off of the hook. Remember, you
That's.
could do that.
I was gonna say that's terminology that nobody's gonna know.
Nobody understands.
And on silent mode.
It's like, what does he mean? Take it off the hook? You mean not charge it?
Oh yeah. Peacemaker season 2 is coming out in August,
Nice,
Cool.
according to
but
the internet.
yeah,
So
definitely check it out, folks.
I'm already.
One last thing I wanted to say about this series. If you're a fan of just seeing something that is not very mainstream and a unique take on what's already been done thousands of times, this is definitely something you'll enjoy. Don't watch it with the kids, by the way.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
no,
Don't
it's
watch
Yeah,
it with the
kid friendly.
kids.
it's a mature cartoon.
Very mature show.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah, not
suitable for
family.
ages under 13 or 17, maybe.
You
Yeah,
might see a
definitely understand you.
booby.
Yeah, but
Well, one thing that happened is that Finn McKenty of the Punk Rock MBA not podcast YouTube channel, he decided to quit. And here's why it's like kind of like it was big news. It's not that he decided to quit. It's that when he was giving like his farewell, he said he never cared about music, and he was only doing everything just for monetary gain. And that took a lot of people by surprise because, like, okay, I get it that if you're going to do something, you're going to reach your financial goals and then you want to stop. I get that. But this guy's content suggests that he did care. And like a huge inspiration for me doing my deep dives came from him because he would do like the strange history of all these bands, right? And like like when he talked about certain bands, he like talked about them with passion and you know, and he just put a lot of effort and work into it. So that's why, it's like a little upsetting. I mean, it's still news. It's that's circulating. And like he also offered some like great insight, like for and this is something that John told me because like he said that like when Finn was growing up, like there was trouble with drugs and alcohol and things like that, and he would listen to these bands that would talk about that stuff, and he related to it, right? And that's why he listened to it. And then, but he said that just once he wished that someone would tell him that everything would be okay. That's insight. You don't get that from not caring about what you listen to or what you're doing. Like you get that insight from being involved and developing a connection with whatever you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but also on a better note, I know that was a little on a better note.
That was a huge ass tangent, Matthew.
It was,
Mm.
but
It's like I don't know what to say to this.
yeah, I got nothing.
That sucks.
on a
Well,
better note,
actually,
I have. I
finish your thought,
started
man.
up and
Finish your thought.
yeah, I finished. Well, I started a new podcast with
Oh
John
yeah,
and my
the
friend Kyle,
Gamecologist.
the Gamecologist.
It's
And
pretty good.
come check us out. We're better than Media Buff. Fuck everyone.
Bitch, shut the
we
fuck up.
have 8 followers on Spotify.
Yay.
I thought we
And
had
we're
16
not-
on Spotify.
And we have 9 episodes, and we're 9 episodes in.
Nice. But one thing I gotta say to what you just said, Matt. One thing I can attest to anybody listening is that everybody on this show is definitely passionate about the content we're creating. Maybe we'll phone it in here and there, but we're doing the work because we're passionate about making content for whoever listens. If you ever feel like we're not doing as good as we should, let us know. You will occasionally see us go meh, not because we don't care, but because we're assholes to each other. And when somebody talks about something they care about, our natural reaction is to be like meh.
Meh.
It really is not because we don't care, but because like we just want to trigger each other.
And this entire episode that we've been recording, I've been meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the
Fine.
same time, that's how like we kind of show our passion. Like we're not gonna be phony about it, like, oh my god, it's so great, you guys. Like for reals, this is like the best thing. We're not gonna do that. We don't pander. We do not. We
Unless
hella
you're-
don't pander.
Yes.
We will be honest about stuff. Like if anybody in the podcast recommends something and they talk about it, we're gonna be honest about it. Like Matt was about Creature Commandos. Like I didn't like it, or I didn't care for
I
it.
said it was okay.
I said it was
did
okay.
I did shit on
Ed,
Agatha all
Ed,
along, though.
Ed, I think I know what would make Creature Commandos better for Matt, or probably make it the best. If they add a backing track with Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, most likely. Or if the Doors sang a couple of episodes.
Yeah, that too.
Probably, yeah.
They did have a door song in it, Ed.
They did?
Yeah, towards the end, when what's her face, the fish girl, was gonna stab the princess.
Nina, yeah.
Yeah.
People are
That was a
strange
door.
Yeah.
when
Yes.
you're a
That was a
stranger.
door song. I forgot.
And yeah, that was a door song, just done
Yeah.
in a different style and not by the Doors. And
Yeah.
well, I still say
Well,
it
that
was
song's
okay.
been redone.
So
Like,
Yeah, so many times. But
it was used in
Just
a
like
lot
Painted
of
Black.
movies, it was used in a lot
yeah,
of
but
stuff.
definitely, folks, everybody on this show wants to be here. Just like
Yes.
nobody's being held against their will.
Nobody's
I'm being held
phoning
against my
it
will.
in.
Well, Omar is, but that's only because he's a squirrely one, and we have to just like tie him down.
Mhm.
Plus, he thinks he's a loner, but he's not. He's not.
Well, there's
All right.
fucking pictures in the thing, so I guess we have to have him on the episode every once in a while, right? To make it fucking make sense. You're like, who's that other dude? I only fucking count the 4 of them.
I
Who the
only
fuck-
ever hear 4
fuck?
people when I'm listening
Yeah,
to it.
why are there 5 people pictured?
Is he
It's because
dead
it
and
takes a lot more time-
they're
it
the
takes
only
a lot
ones
of
that
time
can
to edit
see
me
him?
out than
Yeah, this is our dead friend. He's just here in spirit.
spirit.
It's the spirit of the wolf. But that's gonna be it for this episode, folks. Tune in next Sunday for our next episode. And as always, please remember hit that like button and subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel, if you're on Spotify. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave a comment. And as always, check out Maono for any podcast needs. Use code EDPROS for 10% off your first purchase. I'm gonna be doing those at the end now because I figure if you already listened to our show, you already know that they're one of our main go-to guys when it comes to our equipment, and they're definitely a good product, so definitely check them out. So that being said, everybody said bye-bye. See you
Bye-bye.
next time.
Wow.
Talk to you next time.
Laters. Go listen to Gamecologist.
Sweet dreams. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Hydrate and eat plenty.
Enough of that.
No, it's because it's
This is
2025.
gonna
there's
give people
nothing
nightmares.
I know.
They're still gonna be dreaming about me.
And drinking water. That's the important part.
They need the
That's
water
what it
for the
is. Why
LA
you turning to Freddy
fires.
Krueger?
Yeah. All right, folks. Oh.